on some prior knowledge here. So you guys should know that one full rotation is 360 degrees. So one full rotation around a circle is 360 degrees. I wrote that down here and it's already written up here, which probably means it's pretty important and you should probably write that down. So one full rotation is 360 degrees. So let's look and see, what would a quarter of a full rotation be? So in order to find that, you do 1/4, so 1/4 of 360 degrees. 1/4 of 360 is 90 degrees. That is telling us that on our coordinate plane, if we went a fourth around here, so I'm going to draw my circle. If we go a fourth around this plane, so if we go up to here, this is going to be 90 degrees right there. Okay, so this is 90 degrees. If I was to do 1/2 of a rotation, that would be half of 360, which half of 360 is 180. So if I was to go halfway around the circle, that would be 180 degrees. Then let's do, if I was to go 3/4 of a rotation. 3/4 is the same thing as 3/4. So if I was to do 3/4 of 360, that would be 270. So if I was to rotate 3/4 of the way around this, that would be 270 degrees right there. And then remember, if I was to go all the way around this circle, that would be 360 degrees because I did a full rotation. You could also just start right here and not even rotate at all. If you didn't rotate at all, that would be 0 degrees because you didn't move. So this point right here can represent 0 or 360. Cool? Okay, so now we're going to be measuring angles in standard position. So there's two ways to measure angles, counterclockwise and clockwise. You have to be really careful with this. So counterclockwise. Remember, if you're moving counterclockwise, you're moving in this direction. So you're moving opposite the way the clock moves around. So you always start on the x-axis. I'll write that down. You always start on the x-axis. And then you move counterclockwise, which means I'm going to go up from the x-axis until I hit that terminal side. And I hit it right there. And then you look at that degree measure. That degree measure right there is 45 degrees, which means that measuring that angle, that would be 45 degrees. And it's positive because we went up, so it's positive. Counterclockwise rotation is always positive. Write that down. That is something very important. Counterclockwise rotation is always, always positive. So let's do this other one. So here, again, you always start on the x-axis. So we're going to start right here. And then you move up. You go up, you move counterclockwise. So if I go up, I'm just going to keep going until I hit that side. And I finally hit it right there. And then this gave me the degree measure. So this is 315 degrees. Okay, and it's positive because I went counterclockwise. So remember, counterclockwise rotation is always positive. Again, write that down. That is really important. Okay, so we did counterclockwise rotation. I can talk, I swear. Now we're going to do clockwise rotation. Remember, clockwise is the way that a clock does move. So it's this way. Because a clock moves, like you're going down. You start down instead of counterclockwise, you start up. Clockwise, you go down. So if we look at this, you always start at the x-axis. Same with counterclockwise. Clockwise, you start at the x-axis. So I'm just going to write that again. You always start at the x-axis. Okay, so I'm just going to start right here, right on the x-axis. And then I'm going to move clockwise, which means I'm going to start down. So I'm going to go down, I'm going to go clear around until I hit that terminal side right there. This time, I'm not given what this measure is right here. I'm given what this measure is, and then using my knowledge that I know there's 360 degrees and a full rotation, I can do 360 minus 45, and that will give me 315 degrees. And then since I went backwards, since I went clockwise, this is going to be negative 315 degrees. So clockwise rotation is always negative. Write that down. Clockwise rotation is always negative. Okay, let's do this other one. So here, again, always start at the x-axis. So I'm going to start right here. And then I'm going to go clockwise, which means I'm going to start down. I'm going to go down until I hit that terminal side, which is right there. I hit it right there. Again, I'm not given this degree measure right here, but I'm given this one. We know that there's 360 degrees in a circle, so I can go 360 minus 315, which will give me 45 degrees. And then it's negative 45 degrees because clockwise rotation is always negative, and I started going down instead of going up. Okay, so if we look at these, and now we're going to be sketching these angles. So let's look at what degree measure we're given. We're given positive 85. It's a positive, which means we're going to be moving counterclockwise. Counterclockwise. So you're going to start at the x-axis. And the way I would do this is I'm just going to label all my ends of this right now. So right here we know that's 0 degrees. We go up 1/4, that's 90 degrees. We go halfway, that's 180. We go 3/4, it's 270. We go all the way, this is also 360 degrees. So 85 is less than 90, so I'm not going to go clear up to 90. I'm going to go almost to 90. So this is going to go clear up to about right there. And then that is going to be my measure. That is not a very good drawing, but you get the gist of it. So this is going to be 85 degrees right there. So I sketch that angle. It's in standard position because it starts at the origin and it has one of the sides in on the x-axis. Okay. Now if I look at this one, let's do it in yellow. This is negative 320 degrees. Negative, I'm going to go clockwise. Clockwise. Again, we can still just go and label these. It's going to be backwards because it's clockwise, but I'm still going to label them as 0, 90, 180, 270, and 360. Okay. So we know that 320 is more than 270, which means if I'm going clockwise, I'm going to start at the x-axis. I'm going to go clear up right there. I have gone 270 degrees. 320 is 50 degrees past 270, so I'm going to keep going 50 degrees, end up about right there. That is going to be my angle in standard position. And make sure when you do this, you're drawing that line right there. So this would be, this is negative 320 degrees, and then you're done. That's how you sketch those angles. Okay, so the biggest takeaways from this is that an angle in standard position starts at the vertex, so it starts at the vertex, and it has one ray along the positive x-axis. So that is a ray in standard position. Remember, the one that is along the x-axis is the initial side, and then the other side is the terminal side. Those are both important terms to know. And then the other big thing is if you're measuring counterclockwise, so counterclockwise, Your measurement will be positive. But if you're measuring clockwise, then your measurement will be negative. Okay, so counterclockwise is positive, clockwise is negative. Those, if you remember anything, those are the biggest thing. Counterclockwise is positive, clockwise is negative. Write that down, okay? Make sure you take the quiz, come to class with any questions, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.